Shalom, I'm Alex the Radical, and welcome to my barefoot shoe journey. Today, we've reached the final frontier, which is safety shoes. Now, safety shoes is one of those types of footwear that we all need today, but unfortunately, there's really nothing on the market that's very healthy for us. So I wanted to kind of review the basic points and kind of show what we could have today and where you can possibly get them. This is from the brand Keen, and this is the model called the Seattle. Now, the only thing I literally like about this shoe is the heel tab. It's so good, it's built so well. It's better than any other heel tabs I've had on some of my other shoes. But if you look at this shoe in general, this has an elevated heel. Now, the reason that this is not good for your foot long term is that your feet are like the link in a chain for your whole back. Now, if you were to stand on a ramp all day, your back would experience a lot more different adjustments to your posture, but having in a shoe is a lot more subtle because it kind of keeps you on a ramp that's really not natural for you when you should just be laying level on the ground. And so this is an example of something that we shouldn't really have for our shoes. Now, in other circumstances, it might make sense, but in terms of long-term health, they're just a no-go in my books. Now, the other thing I don't like about this shoe in particular is that it has a very neutral, not wide toe box. It advertises as wide at the website, but it's not wide at all if you've been seeing some of the videos that I've been comparing them with. And the other thing that's not really good is it has this little toe spring. Now, this is the area of the foot where they try to make the shoe kind of bend to your foot, but in terms of actually putting your foot in the shoe, it's not really good because it kind of keeps your feet on an angle, and it's just not good. Your feet operate as best as they can when they're pretty level to the ground, and they already have a natural arch, so they don't really need this whole arch here to support your foot. Your feet can naturally do that by themselves. And it kind of sucks because this is a struggle for a lot of people, is that we all have different foot types. And so it sucks when you go into the market today and you literally can't find something that's wide for your foot. And we've sacrificed all of our money for these companies to make shoes for us, and they don't even consider how the foot actually acts in the shoe. So this is an example of what we have in the market today, but I feel like we have something that we can all transition to. This is called the Birkenstock styling model. Now, this isn't a safety shoe per se, but through some research, I found that Birkenstock actually does make a safety shoe called the QS700. It's basically a lace-up high-top shoe that has a nice level outsole, a nice wide toe box, and it has a steel toe, which is great. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to get to. You can get it on the website, but I find it's really hard to get. There is a Spanish website that I found that distributes and sells this shoe, and I will link it definitely in the description so you can check it out yourself. Now, this is my replacement for my Vivo Barefoots because as great as I like Vivo Barefoots, the sole is just it's way too thin, and it does wear out way too quick for my liking, and it's also because of my heel striking, so this is my replacement now. If you're gonna make barefoot shoes in the future, it definitely makes more sense to have more of a thicker outsole to be a lot more durable, especially for winters in countries where it's a lot more harsh, like Canada or in Europe, or just anywhere where it's really, really hectic. But this is a great example of something that we could have on the market today. The toe box in relation to the heel isn't as dramatic as you can see here. There's not much toe spring. There is a little bit, but not too much. It's more or less level to the ground, but not too much. And it does have that nice wide toe box that was talked about before. And the material for this shoe is water-resistant leather. And I find that when it rains, it literally soaks it and then just gets dry instantly, and it's great. So this is something that we could have in the market today, and it's definitely very possible. It's just whether or not these companies are really going to listen to the customers on what they actually need. And that's really up to you. This is why I've really been bringing up all these barefoot shoes, because for me, I'm a skateboarder. I go through shoes like yesterday's lunch, it's gone. And there's just nothing even in our market that really offers something that's a lot more healthier for a foot long term, even though that's the one thing that they focus on. It's the foot. And yet there's just literally no skate shoe company that makes it. And so I'm bringing this to the awareness of everybody else to let you know, hey, this isn't just a skateboarder's problem. This is an everybody's problem, because this goes for safety shoes. This goes for office shoes. This goes for athletic shoes of all different kinds. And so this is just something to start the awareness and kind of get you thinking about what it really means to relate to your feet. In the next video, I'll talk a little bit more about some tips and tricks you can do to improve your own foot health, and some lists of websites that you can check out for different shoes and different reviews on different barefoot shoes. But anyway, this has been Alex the Radical. Thank you for joining me on this barefoot shoe journey, and I hope you learned something here, because I've learned something too. And what I've learned is that sometimes you have to smash your paradigms in order to build something new. This is something that is really important to me because of skateboarding, and skateboarding makes me more aware of my athletic performance, and this is just one of those aspects that I would love to see improved in the market today, maybe by me. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for joining me on this journey. And cut, that's it. We're finally done. Wow, I can't believe it. I've done so many videos.